Alright, 5.2, Rolle's theorem and the mean value theorem. We're going to start with Rolle's theorem. Rolle's theorem states, let f be continuous on the closed interval a comma b and differentiable on the open interval a comma b. If f of a is equal to f of b, then there is at least one number c in the open interval a comma b such that the derivative of f at c is equal to 0. So, meaning, if the endpoints equal each other, the outputs of the endpoints equal each other, then there must be at least one point that gives you a derivative of 0. Why does that make sense? Because if your endpoints are the same, like if your graph begins there and ends there at the same y value, there must be a derivative where your slope of the horizontal where it's at is at 0. So we're going to go a long way about using Rolle's theorem here. So first step, we're going to find the x-intercepts. And the x-intercepts in this case, so your factor is equal to 0. So it'll be x equals 0, and then x plus 4 equals 0. X equals negative 4 and 0. So after we found the intercepts, we want to show that the derivative of this function is equal to 0 between these two x-intercepts. Okay, so we have our x-intercepts, negative 4 comma 0 and 0 comma 0. So just like Rolle's theorem states, since the outputs are the same, there must be a derivative that makes it equal to 0 somewhere. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have to use product rule. So derivative of x is 1 times root square root of x plus 4 plus x times the derivative of this, which is going to be, you have to use chain rule, 1/2 parentheses x plus 4 to the power of negative 1/2 times the derivative of the inside, which is 1. So pretty nifty. So that's going to get us root x plus 4 plus x over 2 root x plus 4. I'm going to get a common denominator. Multiply this left side by root x plus 4 over root x plus 4 and 2 over 2. That's going to get us 2 parentheses x plus 4, because root x plus 4 times root x plus 4 is just x plus 4, over 2 x times root x plus 4. And then add them up, you're going to get 3x plus 8 over 2 root x plus 4. And what's the value that's going to make this equal to 0? So we look at the numerator, set the numerator equal to 0, what do you get? Get x equal to negative 8 over 3. Is that in between 0 and negative 4? You betcha. Okay, and there you go. Another example, we got f of x is equal to quantity x minus 3 times the quantity x plus 1 squared. And our intervals from negative 1 to 3. And we're saying that there is going to be some value, it's going to make it equal to 0. So, derivative, a lot going on here. I use product rule. So, derivative of this is 1. So, 1 times quantity x plus 1 squared plus quantity x minus 3 times 2 parentheses x plus 1 to the power of 1 now times derivative inside, which is 1. Cool. So I'm going to FOIL this, x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus x minus 3 times 2x plus 2. We have to FOIL that right side. Giving us 2x squared minus 4x minus 6. add them up. We get 3x squared minus 2x minus 5. Okay, use our AC method. A times c is negative 15. Factors of negative 15 to add up to negative 2 is negative 5 and 3. So we're going to substitute in 3x squared minus 5x plus 3x minus 5. Take out an x. Take out a 1. And then your factor is going to be x plus 1 and 3x minus 5. Giving you zeros of x equal to negative 1 and x equals 5 over 3. 5 over 3 is the only answer that's in between negative 1 and 3, so that will be your answer. That's your C value that applies that. The mean value theorem. So what is that? So the mean value theorem states if f is continuous on the closed interval a comma b and differentiable on the open interval a comma b, there exists a number c in the open interval a comma b such that the derivative of f of c is equal to f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. Okay, so let's apply that so we can kind of better understand what it's trying to tell us. So we have f of x is equal to x to the fourth minus 8x on our interval 0, 2. So that right side, if you remember that, f of 2 minus f of 0 divided by 2 minus 0, that's the right side of our mean value theorem, right? And then the derivative of x to the fourth minus 8x is 4x to the third minus 8. So what do we get on the right side? What we get on the right side is f of 2 is equal to 0, and f of 0 is equal to 0. And 0 minus 0, that usually work out that way, that's fun. 0 minus 0 is 0. We get 4x to the third minus 8 equals 0. So solve, divide by 4, x cubed minus 2 equals 0. And the only solution that's going to work for this is the cube root of 2. How about the cube root of 2? Is that going to work? Yes, it does. It does work. Hold our mean value theorem true because the cube root of 2 is like what, 1 or not even? Oh yeah, it's 1 point something. Okay, and is 1 point something between 0 and 2? It sure is. So that would be your solution. We are going to do some word problems when we meet in class. But I appreciate watching and hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.